A woman kicked open her own front door. She saw her parents. They were squatting by the cattle pen, eating hard corn cake. Their lips turned purple from the cold. Meanwhile, her brother and sister-in-law were drinking and eating meat in the main room. The aroma filled the yard. Lanji stood at the door. The car keys in her hand almost snapped from twisting. She spent years driving a freight truck, while others were sleeping. She was gripping the steering wheel, driving through the night. She was so tired that her eyelids would fight back by pinching her arm and slapping her own face, just to get one more job. Not a single cent of her monthly earnings was kept. She sent it all back home. She thought her parents were at home, able to eat hot meals, wearing warm clothing. Little did she know that her hard work was being used to fatten her brother and sister-in-law, while her parents were hiding by the cattle pen, eating cold cakes, in weather below -7 or 8 degrees. The elderly couple were wearing only patched old cotton jackets. The sleeves revealed hard, stiff cotton filling. Mother saw Lanji and hurriedly hid the corn cake behind her. She explained on behalf of her brother and sister-in-law. Tears streamed down Lanji's face. She knelt down and held her mother's hand. Those hands were frozen and turned purple. The cracks were stained with hay fragments. Father's situation was even worse. His cotton shoes were tattered, with toes sticking out. They were frozen and bright red. Lanji struggled to contain her anger. She helped her parents into the main room. The charcoal fire was burning brightly inside. The sister-in-law was wrapped in a newly bought wool coat. She was sitting with her legs crossed, munching on marinated duck wings. The younger brother held a wine glass and was bragging with a few neighbors. On the table were marinated pig ears, fried small fish, and apple rice rolls. There's a bunch of imported grapes. Lanji recognized them at a glance. Those grapes were bought a few days ago to buy nutritional supplements for their parents. At that time, her sister-in-law had posted about them on social media. He stared at his sister-in-law. His voice trembled. The sister-in-law threw the duck bones on the ground, with a sneer. Lanji didn't say anything. First, she helped her parents into the inner room. She covered them with blankets. She took spare cotton coats from the truck. She put them on the elderly. When she returned to the main room, his gaze was as cold as ice. He kicked over the dining table. The scalding meat soup splashed all over his sister-in-law. The sister-in-law jumped up screaming. The younger brother picked up a wine bottle and rushed over. Lanji had been hauling and unloading goods for years. Her strength was no less than that of a man. She snatched the bottle and smashed it on the ground. At this moment, the sound of a tricycle came from outside the courtyard. Oldly, the village clerk, ran in against the biting cold wind, holding an envelope in her hand. Lanji's heart sank. Oldly opened the envelope. Inside was a residency agreement, and a transfer agreement for the homestead. The red fingerprint was crooked, but the signature was not in her parents' handwriting. Lanji took out her phone. She opened the surveillance footage from last year. In the footage, the sister-in-law snatched from father, tossing the bowl of food to the ground, cursing that he's useless. The younger brother dragged mother towards the cattle pen. The sister-in-law pressed father's hand, forcing it onto the paper, threatening that if he didn't sign, he wouldn't even get a sip of warm water. The yard fell silent in an instant. Only the sound of the sister-in-law's trembling breaths remained. Lanji dug out the transaction records again, muttering. He dialed the phone. The younger brother was half awake from the alcohol. He wanted to grab the phone. The neighbors blocked him together. Oldly also said. The police arrived. The surveillance footage, the forged documents were laid out before them. Younger brother, sister-in-law fell silent. Sister-in-law knelt down crying. Lanji said coldly. He threw their luggage out into the yard, even the silver bracelet hidden by the sister-in-law, the floral cloth bag, and shopping receipts were all scattered. Younger brother threw a tantrum, claiming to be the only child. Lanji, in front of the whole village, released more surveillance. His face turned from red to white. He had nothing more to say. The matter escalated to the police station. Sister-in-law's brother drove the electric bike bought with Lanji's money to block the door. Lanji gave the payment receipt to the officer. The other party could only sell the bike back. Younger brother and sister-in-law were also ordered to return it and write a guarantee to stop harassing the elderly. Guarantee. That night, while applying frostbite ointment to her parents, father wiped away his tears. He pulled out a cloth bag from under the pillow. That year, heavy snow. You were abandoned by the old grinding wheel at the village entrance, almost frozen stiff. I carried you back. Your mother used rice paste to feed you mouthful by mouthful. Later, you had a younger brother. Your sister-in-law always uses this matter to scare us, saying that if you knew, you would leave. We were afraid you would find us burdensome. We never dared to say it. Lanji touched the old brass lock. Tears fell silently. She hugged her parents. You picked me up from the snow and brought me back. Fed me. Taught me how to be a person. What does blood relation mean? You raised me when I was small. I will take care of you when you are old. No one can tear us apart. The next day, Lanji took her parents to town, bought thick cotton clothes, cotton shoes, went to the clinic to treat their frostbite, for checkups. At noon, she ordered a table full of hot dishes. Her mother cried again while eating. It had been many years since this happened. They had a hearty meal together. From then on, Lanji took back her salary card, in her own hands, only fixed allowances for her parents. For the family's major expenses, it was all arranged by him personally. He had someone build a warm greenhouse in the yard. A coal stove and hot water tank were installed. He also dismantled the cow pen. It was converted into a small vegetable garden. The elderly would bask in the sun during the day. They planted green vegetables. In the evening, they waited for him to return home with the truck. The three of them gathered around the stove for dinner. Life finally had a warmth and coziness to it. Younger brother and sister-in-law. Later, he tried to come back to reconcile a few times. All were blocked by Lanji at the door. He isn't cold-hearted. He just understands. Genuine affection is what true family ties are about. Greed will only bring calculations. It won't result in family. Lanji continued to drive the freight truck. It's just that every time before she leaves for a trip, she prepares a warm meal for her parents. Every time she comes home, her mother always stands at the door waiting. Her father keeps the coal stove burning brightly,